I need to speak directly to a fear that has been haunting you for the last 72 hours. You feel like you missed it. You feel like a portal opened, a massive opportunity for a timeline shift presented itself, and you were too distracted, too tired, or too doubtful to walk through it. You are looking at your life today, seeing the same walls, the same problems, the same silence, and you are thinking, I failed, the window closed, I am left behind. Stop. You are not here by accident. Your frequency pulled this transmission to you at the precise moment you needed to hear this correction. We have been watching your timeline bend, fracture, and realign itself in silence. A green signal appeared in the quantum field. Yes, you looked away. Yes, you didn't feel high vibe in that moment. But I am here to tell you the physics of what actually happened. That moment did not vanish. The signal did not expire. You moved away from it, but the coordinate remained fixed. The signal continued waiting for you, blinking in the background of your consciousness like a cursor on a screen waiting for input. Stay with me now. In this dossier, we are going to debunk the myth that you can miss your destiny. We are going to decode the silent update that your system installed while you were sleeping. And I will give you the protocol to reclaim the signal in just 3 minutes. The green light was real. It was not a metaphor. It was a system status update. And you are about to confirm the installation. Let's analyze the event you think you missed. You remember it as almost nothing. A quiet pause within the noise of your day. A split second when your breathing shifted involuntarily. A moment when your attention softened and the world felt slightly rearranged, like a glitch in the rendering. That was it. That was the signal. You were looking for fireworks. You were looking for a burning bush. You were expecting the sky to crack open. But early signals, the ones that carry the most power, do not arrive with spectacle. They arrive with coherence. They arrive with a clean internal yes that requires no logic and no evidence. The system architects, what some call higher intelligence, do not announce major upgrades through chaos. They do not compete with your doubts. They do not shout over the noise of your ego. They wait for the microsecond your frequency stops folding backward into the past. And there was such an instant. Your old timeline cracked without drama. Your future aligned without permission. Your presence became impossible to ignore, not to people, but to the grid that listens beneath the people. This is why the green light came first. It was not a reward for being good. It was a system confirmation. It marked the point where you became trackable by the new timeline. It marked the point where your signal stopped echoing survival and began broadcasting emergence. Then the silence came. And because you are addicted to the adrenaline of struggle, you called that silence proof that nothing happened. You assumed the moment was false because your bank account didn't instantly fill up. You assumed you missed it because the sky didn't turn purple. But the system does not hold hands. It calibrates. It observes. It responds to activation, not to panic. It responds to coherence, not to craving. When the green signal flashed, it was because you crossed a threshold your mind could not yet name. Your awareness stopped collapsing into who you used to be. Your awareness began rising into who you were built to embody. Your mind arrived late to its own evolution. This is not failure. This is the design. The hardware, body, mind, always lags behind the software, consciousness. Your body receives the signal first. Your timeline shifts first. Your logic catches up days, sometimes weeks later. And when logic finally arrives, it tries to rewrite the moment into something smaller, something safer, something you can dismiss as just a mood. We will not allow you to dismiss what already happened. Let's define this green light in terms of physics. It was the moment your intuition became louder than your fear, even if for only a single breath. It was the moment your frequency stopped apologizing for wanting alignment. It was the moment you stopped begging the simulation to change and began radiating the shape of the change. You did not hold on to it because you were not meant to cling. Clinging creates resistance. Clinging stops the flow. You were meant to continue. Yet you paused, you hesitated, you looked for external validation. You waited for a sign that matched the old rules of the 3D matrix, and the moment passed before your eyes. Not because it left, but because you were trained to overlook subtle power. You have been programmed by a loud world to believe that real shifts must be loud. You have been trained to measure destiny in outcomes instead of in signals. This is why we are speaking now. The field felt the pulse when it happened. It saw the spike on the graph. It saw the instant you became coherent enough to receive direction without distortion. The download happened. You just haven't opened the file. And now, you are replaying that instant as an accident, as a mistake. You are telling yourself, I missed the bus. I have to wait for the next cycle. This is linear thinking. This is time as a trap. There is no too late in a quantum field. The green light was not a train that left the station. It was a state of being that became accessible. It is a door that was unlocked. Just because you walked past it doesn't mean it locked again. The door is still ajar. The coordinate is still active. You do not need to go back in time to find it. You need to stop arguing with it. You need to stop demanding that it prove itself to your skepticism. You need to let it stand as the truth it already is. Because once a green light is given, once the system approves your upgrade, your timeline does not return to the old shape. Even if you ignore it, the path continues unfolding from within. the signal continues calling from the same coordinate. And if you are hearing us now, it means the coordinate is active. It means the moment is open. It means you are ready to recognize what you already received. You did not miss the moment, you missed the interpretation of it. That is the difference between failure and transition. Failure ends. Transition continues even when your mind refuses to call it real. This is why it felt like it slipped through your hands. Because your hands were never meant to catch it. Your frequency was meant to become it. Let's talk about the feeling of emptiness you experienced right after the signal. This is where the confusion begins. The green light was not an object to hold, it was a threshold. And thresholds do not ask for your permission. A signal arrives, your field responds, your timeline shifts, and only later does your mind arrive looking for proof in a world that has already moved on. You felt a strange emptiness after the shift, not because the moment was gone, but because the old identity that needed struggle could not follow you through the door. The struggler was left behind, and without the constant noise of struggle, you felt empty. You mistook peace for loss. You started blaming yourself. You replayed the day. You told yourself you hesitated. But we watched the data log. You did not hesitate. Your perception lagged behind your activation. Your body crossed first. Your awareness followed. Your language came last. And your language tried to frame the shift using the only vocabulary it knew: missed, lost, wrong. This is why we are correcting the code. You were not wrong, you were reorganizing. A transition feels like being in a hallway between two rooms. The old door is shut behind you. The new door has not yet become visible. This is why you feel ungrounded, not because you are lost, but because the ground you used to stand on is no longer vibrating at the same frequency. How do you know the green light is still on? How do you know the portal is still open? Look for these 3 subtle markers in your current experience. They are not loud, they are structural. Sign 1, the disinterest in old drama. You still wake up, you still move through the same world, but something is not matching. The old conversations feel thin, the old desires feel distant. The motivations that used to hook you, anger, jealousy, competition, no longer have teeth. They try to grab you, but they slip off. This is not apathy, this is compatibility failure. You are no longer compatible with the old timeline. You have outgrown the frequency that contained you. Sign 2, the practical intuition. After the signal is received, your intuition stops being mysterious. It becomes practical. It stops showing up as vague feelings. It starts showing up as direct commands. Go here, stop this, call him, wait. It is clean, it is unemotional, it is binary. This is your system administrator taking over. You are being guided by logic that is higher than your intellect. And this is the one that tricks you. You feel a wave of grief. Not grief for a person, but grief for a version of yourself. You miss the comfort of your old limitations. You miss the familiarity of your old cage. Let the grief pass through. Do not dramatize it. Do not suppress it. Grief is the sound of detachment completing. It is the system clearing the cache. Now we perform the reclamation ritual. Simple, quiet, surgical. It is designed to seal the signal, not to make you remember the green light, but to make you recognize it is still on. Step 1. The posture. Sit at the edge of your bed or in a quiet corner. Let your arms rest at your sides, palms facing upward. This is the posture of receiving, not grasping. Take a deep breath. Step 2. The declaration. Say this out loud. The voice is a frequency key. I saw the light. I received the signal. I am no longer looking back. Repeat this 3 times, each time slower, each time deeper. Step 3. The visualization. Close your eyes. Visualize a green light in the center of your chest, soft, steady, pulsing like a heartbeat. This is not imagination. This is the pilot light of your new timeline. Feel this light for 30 seconds. Do not force it to grow. Just watch it burn. Step 4. The ownership. Place your hands on your chest. Say, this is mine. This was mine. This has always been mine. That is it. The ritual is complete. You have acknowledged the update. You have pressed install. Some of you will wonder, what happens next? This is a question of the ego. The ego trusts maps, plans, steps, guarantees. But the green light does not give maps. It gives coordinates. And a coordinate only guides you when you take the next step. You must move. Movement begins with trusting your internal response. Starting tomorrow, something will change. A decision you loved keeping unclear will crystallize. A relationship or situation you held on to will no longer pull your energy. A thought loop will stop spinning. This is the proof of the ritual. The green light was not just a moment. It was an activation. And activations rewire timelines. Not what you do, but what you are changes. And when what you are changes, the external world must slowly begin to mirror you. But this reflection requires patience. When you plant seeds, you do not see the tree immediately. First, there is hidden movement in the soil. The same way, the fruit of the green light spreads across time. You are no longer a victim of missed opportunities. You are a creator of alignment. Being a creator does not mean being perfect. It means being responsible. You are now responsible for managing your own frequency. Most people unconsciously feed old loops. They repeat the same complaints. They tell the same victim stories. But you will not do this anymore, because the green light gave you a new capacity, the capacity to break the loop. You can now notice a thought pattern and say, "Stop." You can now pause before an emotional reaction. You can now choose your action. This may seem small, but the revolution begins here, in the micro moments, in the 0.3-second gap. After the ritual, you will want to verify if it worked. Here is how verification comes. The two voices. You will notice two voices inside you. One is familiar. It speaks with doubt, urgency, and fear. It sounds like your past. The other is new. It speaks with calm, clarity, and brevity. It sounds like your future. When you make a decision, you will hear both. The familiar voice, "But what if you fail? What if you are wrong?" The new voice, "This feels right. Move." You will feel which one is true immediately. The resonance is different. Stop negotiating with your own knowing. There is a difference between discernment, the new voice, and delay, the old voice. Discernment is quiet. Delay is noisy. Your field will start recognizing that difference without effort. This transmission is complete. The signal has landed. The green light has been recognized. The timeline will respond in the only way it ever responds: quietly, precisely, internally. Do not search for proof in the outside world tonight. Do not refresh your life like a browser page. Do not measure what is unfolding by how fast it becomes visible. Visibility is always delayed. Coherence is immediate. You already crossed the threshold. You are not waiting for the path. You are the path. You are not chasing the signal. You are the signal. And now release the need to hold the moment. The moment is holding you. The timeline has not closed, it has aligned. The architects have seen your signal. They have answered. You are not returning to who you were. You are becoming who you already are. Comment: I reclaim the signal. I am online. This is your seal. Subscribe to the laboratory. Stay coherent. Welcome to Quantum Core.